Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the campus of Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity softball contest between the visiting Flyers of Framingham High School and the hosting Newton South Lions. Well, folks, I'm happy to be back for my second Newton South softball broadcast of the season. Of course, last one ended in a less than ideal fashion for Newton South as they fell to Lincoln Sudbury in 5 innings, 20-7. But since then, things have been going much, much better for the Newton South squad. They suffered a 9-6 closer loss to Wellesley after that loss to Lincoln Sudbury, but then the calendar flipped to this current week, and it has been all Lions all the time this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday. A game every day of the school week for Newton South, and so far, a win every single day. That's right. Newton South on a 4-game win streak as they have vaulted their way all the way up to a winning record at 7-6, following an 8-5 win over Concord Carlisle on Monday, a 7-3 win over the Cambridge Ringe and Latin School on Tuesday, a 5-inning 13-0 blowout over Waltham on Wednesday, and then some payback against the Wellesley Raiders on Thursday as they came out with the win 4-2. They'll be trying for the 5-game week-long sweep here against a Framingham team that's having a bit of a rough season this year. The Flyers with a record of 1-11 coming into this one. Their lone victory, an 8-2 win over Brookline back on April 15th. Framingham coming into this one 43rd in the Division I power rankings that were updated this morning. Newton South not quite up into the top 32 yet, as they currently stand at 37th in the power rankings despite the wins, as it didn't help the calculations on the power rankings quite enough to boost them up. However, even if you finish outside of the top 32 in the power rankings, if you finish with a 500 or better record, you automatically make the dance. So Newton South right now, they stand just 3 wins away from clinching an automatic playoff berth this year. So we'll see how that plays out here in this one. We'll see if Newton South can complete the week-long sweep here against Framingham. Let's quickly go through the starting lineups for these two teams. We'll start with Newton South, as you can see them warming up in the field. Leading off for the Lions today, the shortstop, number 4, Maddie Andrade. Batting second, the right fielder, number 2, Lila Cool. Batting third and playing third, number 67, Zoe Spector. Batting cleanup and starting in the circle for Newton South, number 28, Sophie Nathanson. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 1, Yasmin Salim. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 8, Riley Cabrera. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 11, Kaylee Boulay. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 22, Maggie Bluestein. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 6, Mana Sasaki. And then not in the batting order, but starting at second for Newton South today, number 33, Natalie Moore. Head coach of the Newton South softball team is Jesus Rodriguez. So that's our starting lineup for Newton South today. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Framingham High Flyers. Leading off for Framingham today, the catcher, number 21, Cora Krajovsky. Batting second, the shortstop, number 16, Gigi Salvati. Batting third and playing third, number 36, Sophia Lally. Batting cleanup and starting in the circle for Framingham, number 19, Tailani Rodriguez. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 3, Savannah Barrett. Batting 6th, the first baseman, number 30, Talia Murga. Batting 7th, the left fielder, number 23, Maddie Wheeler. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 2, Alex Rosen. And batting 9th, the right fielder, number 41, Aaliyah Prince. So those are our two starting lineups here. And soon we'll get things underway with the top of the first of this 7-inning contest. Newton South not only looking for the week-long sweep here and trying to inch their way closer to an automatic playoff berth, but also looking for a little bit of payback. The Flyers faced off against Newton South in Framingham on May 26th of 2025 towards the end of the regular season, and the Flyers got a nail-biting 11-10 win over the Lions. So Newton South hoping to pay that back with a win here today. And remember, fans, as always, I encourage audience participation in the live chat here on YouTube, or if you're not capable or comfortable with accessing the live chat system here on YouTube, you can also send me an email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. You know, I encourage any kind of comments fans might have. It could be as simple as go Lions or even go Flyers. No matter who it is you're rooting for, we always appreciate fans showing support and bringing the good vibes. And on that note, you don't just have to, give good vibes to a team. You can give a specific shout-out to your own favorite player. Maybe you're tuning into this live stream to watch a family member or a friend, and you want to shout them out in the live chat. I always encourage that. Something else that can sometimes be kind of fun with these live chats here on YouTube is sometimes we hear about folks tuning in from all different kinds of places. Sometimes people are, with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world, sometimes you hear about people tuning in from different towns or different states or sometimes even different countries. You never know. So that can be a fun little bit of flavor to add to the broadcast. And then on the more important side, if there are any technical difficulties with the live stream, anything with the video or the audio or anything like that you think is not up to par here, I encourage you to speak up and say something. You never know. It may be something I don't notice on my end, and it might be something that's an easy, quick fix. And then, of course, if I am messing up the pronunciation of any players' names, again, I encourage you to correct me in the live chat. I know some folks are like, oh, I don't want to bother him. It's not a big deal. Well, to me, it is a big deal because I want to give these players the best coverage that I possibly can. And to me, part of doing that is giving them the basic honor and courtesy of getting their names right. Newton South wrapping up their warm-ups as they will soon take to the field for the top of the first inning. Well, folks, if you noticed that slight tilt of the camera angle there a couple seconds ago, then you might have noticed that it's considerably breezy out here in Newton today. It's a bright, sunny day with pretty warm temperatures, and the wind not bringing too much of a wind chill, which personally I like it when it's warmer. But the wind, interestingly, seems to be blowing out towards left field at the moment. So this could be a good day for some righty power hitters. Might be able to send something over the fence if they time up their swing just right with the wind. You know, a little luck and we might see a ball or two flying out of here. There's that wind again. The coaches and captains talking with the umps right now before we get this one going. Once again, thank you all for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts for this high school varsity softball contest between the Newton South Lions and the Framingham Flyers. And if you know of any fans that might be wanting to tune into this one, be sure to share them the link for this broadcast. Newton South seems to have a nice little spread of home games going on here on campus. We see the softball warming up, or about to get ready to get underway. We see boys lacrosse warming up over on our left. That might be a game or a practice. I think they're getting ready for a game over there. And then I think baseball is getting ready for a game over on the field over to the right. They got a nice little spread of fields here behind the school building here at Newton South. You know, I myself, when I was in high school, I went to Brookline High School. We got like almost no fields on campus. Always got to travel somewhere else, so nice to see a nice spread like this. Okay. Looks like we're ready to go. Newton South taken to the field here. Sophie Nathanson stepping back into a very familiar spot in the pitcher's circle for Newton South. Been a very busy week for Nathanson as she has posted a 1.36 ERA and 25 strikeouts just in this week, helping to lead the Lions to what is so far a 4-game win streak in this chock-full schedule. It'll be the top of the Framingham order coming up here in the top of the first. Krajovsky, Salvati, and Lally. All right, here we go. Leading off to start the game, the catcher, number 21, Cora Krajovsky. First pitch from Nathanson hits the zone for strike one. Oh and 1 the count here to start this one. Curveball gonna miss, outside, ball one. That one comes in low for ball two. That one catches the outside corner, strike two. 2-2 the count to Krajovsky here to start things off in the top of the first. Makes contact. It's a slow dribbler up the first base line. Picked up by Cabrera. Flipped to first. Misses. And reaching on the error is Cora Krajovsky. A tough play there. Kind of a close play up the first base line. And, you know, this is why they always like to get the taller players to play first, is less margin for, or there's more margin for error, rather, on the throw. As you can see, when Cabrera throwing to the shorter Natalie Moore, the second baseman, a lot less margin for error and missed that one. Two quick strikes here. It's an 0-2 count to the shortstop, number 16, Gigi Salvati. Runner at first, nobody out. Went up on that one, and I think it curved a bit to the outside. Ball one. Nathanson couldn't get her to chase on that one. Goes for the rise ball again. And again, Salvati does not bite. 2-2. And that one right down Broadway, strike three. Now batting the third baseman, number 36, Sophia Lally. And Lally lifts the first pitch she sees out to left, and oh, it's dropped. Sasaki seemed like she had it, but just couldn't stay in the glove. Two tough errors here in the first inning for the Newton South defense. One out, now two runners on, as up comes the pitcher, number 19, Tailani Rodriguez. First pitch high for ball one. And if you're Sophie Nathanson, you can't let that shake you. You have to trust that your fielders will still make plays behind you in spite of the errors. That one briefly dropped but didn't get too far away. It'll simply be an outside ball two. Two and 0 the count to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Swing was behind the fastball there. Strike one. Swing and a miss there. Again, just didn't time that one up right. It looks like Nathanson mixing up her speeds well with the last couple pitches. 2-2 the count. That one tips to the backstop as Rodriguez stays alive at 2-2. And that one fouled off again. Rodriguez jammed on that one, but still stays alive. Count still 2-2. And sliced again. Rodriguez giving Nathanson a fight here. Outside of the fly ball to left from Lally. No strong contact yet from the Flyers batters. That one low and got away from Boulay, and both runners will advance on the passed ball. A full count here. Sorry about that. Payoff pitch is sky deep out to center. Salim going back and watching it go over the fence. A 3-run shot to straightaway center from Tailani Rodriguez, and the Flyers strike first. So a tough reversal of fortune for the Lions. Nathanson came out so strong. And, you know, sort of induced the kind of contact that would have gotten her 3 outs through the first 3 hitters, but some errors and then a big swing, and now it's 3-0. Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Savannah Barrett. First pitch low, ball 1. And so tough to think she was 1 strike away from getting past Rodriguez, but a flurry of foul balls kept her in that one before she launched that one to straightaway center. 2-0 the count to Barrett. Swing and a miss. Fooled her with the rise ball. That curveball misses outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count to Barrett. That one tipped to the backstop, strike 2. For the second straight batter, we've got a full count. And this one hit as a grounder over to short, fielded by Andre. Throw to first in time for out number 2. Textbook 6-3 ground out, and the kind of thing that lets your pitcher know after some early errors that, hey, we got this. We're going to get out of this inning together. Now up the first baseman, number 30, Talia Murga, as she takes ball 1 there. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Framingham with a 3-0 lead off the 3-run dinger from Tailani Rodriguez. That one high, ball 2. This one popped up in the air, might be playable for Cabrera. Nope, it's going to go over the fence and out of play. Foul ball, strike 2. Two and two the count. Swing and a miss. And Nathanson finishes the inning. So Framingham strikes with authority in the top of the first. 2 reach on errors, and then a 3-run home run to straightaway center field by Tailani Rodriguez. And now it's on the Framingham offense to try and respond in the bottom half of the inning. Due up will be Andrade, Cool, and Spector. And Rodriguez, after putting the Flyers on the board, now takes to the pitcher's circle for the bottom half of the inning. All right, leading off for Newton South, the shortstop, number 4, Matty Andrade. First pitch from Rodriguez, high for ball 1. Newton South playing from behind right from the jump. Andrade hits a bouncer over to short, fielded clean. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. Gigi Salvati taking care of business for the Flyers defense on that play. 1 out. Now batting the right fielder, number 2, Lila Cool. First pitch going to be high, ball 1. Cool had an RBI ground out late in yesterday's game against Wellesley to help propel Newton South to victory. She finished with 2 RBI on the day as she takes a high ball 2 there. Big swing and a miss there, strike 1. And chases that one low, strike 2. Two and 2, the count to Cool. Makes contact, another grounder to short, fielded by Salvati again. Throw to first, just barely. Got her by a fraction of a step. Salvati juggled it a bit, but got out of her hand just fast enough to beat Cool to the bag. Back-to-back 6-3 groundouts. Now batting the third baseman, number 67, Zoe Spector. First pitch catches the low corner, strike 1. Funnily enough, both teams have their third baseman batting third and their pitcher batting cleanup in today's batting order. Just funny little coincidence there. Spector lifts one deep out to center, over the center fielder's head. This will go for extra bases. Zoe Spector into second with a 2-out stand-up double. Spector gives the Lions their first offensive spark of the day. Now batting the pitcher, number 28, Sophie Nathanson. First pitch low, ball 1. Nathanson hoping to help out her own cause here, maybe get a run on the board for Newton South, as that one's going to be a high ball 2. With a runner at second, a base hit to the outfield is likely to score a run. Low and in, ball 3. A hitter's count here at 3-0. That one right down Broadway. Nathanson taking it all the way. 3-1. 2 outs, runner at second. 3-1, the count to Nathanson. And that one goes foul up the third base line. Strike 2. A full count here in this battle between pitchers. Rodriguez won their first battle in the top half of the inning. Let's see if Nathanson can pay it back. And that one skips away. The wild pitch will move Spector to third as Nathanson takes a free trot down to first. And a courtesy runner, number 16, Kinneret Rosen, going to run for Nathanson. Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Yasmin Salim. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Shows bunt, pulls back. Strike is called a throw down to third, and Spector dives back. But in the midst of the chaos, Rosen takes second base. Oh and 1, the count to Salim. And lifts one into left center, and that's out of reach for the outfielders. 2 runs in. Yasmin Salim heading for third. Salim comes in with a 2-run triple. A huge 2-out triple from Yasmin Salim, and just like that, Framingham's lead down to 1. Now batting the first baseman, number 8, Riley Cabrera. That one got away. Bit of hesitation, but Salim is going to slide in safe with the tying run. That one briefly got caught up around the feet of the ump, which created some confusion for Salim at third, but ultimately she decides to go for it as it rolled away, and she comes to the plate and scores. And just like that, with a huge 2-out rally, the Lions have tied it up here in the first. That pitch gonna miss. That's ball 2. 2-0 the count to Riley Cabrera. 2 outs, base is now empty. Fouls that one off, strike 1. Boy, this inning looked like it was going nowhere. Fast for Newton South at first with back-to-back 6-3 groundouts to start. But then a double from Spector, a walk from Nathanson, and a bases-clearing triple from Yasmin Salim. And then one wild pitch later, we're all tied up. Cabrera slices that one. Foul up the right field side, strike 2. Cabrera again foul up the right field side. Some decent contact there, just a little bit behind the pitch. Still 2-2 the count. And Cabrera again sending one foul in the right field side and caught a bit of a headwind that might have saved her there, as that was just out of reach for the Framingham right fielder, Aaliyah Prince. And this time Cabrera sends one way upstairs out to center field and within reach for the center fielder, Savannah Barrett, as that will end the inning. A towering shot from Riley Cabrera, but just had a little too much lift and not enough carry on it. But at the end of one, we've got ourselves a battle here in Newton. Newton South 3, Framingham 3. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Framingham: Wheeler, Rosen, and Prince. Here we go. First pitch of the second inning is going to be in there for strike 1. Leading off for Framingham, the left fielder, number 23, Maddie Wheeler. That one catches the high corner, strike 2. And chases the rise ball upstairs for strike 3. It's always one of the interesting things about softball and baseball is that you have a rough inning in the first, and you're likely facing the bottom of the order in the second, and can have a chance to kind of bounce back and have a stronger inning to follow up. 0-1 the count here to the second baseman, number 2, Alex Rosen, as she golfs this one into shallow center. Salim chasing in to get it, and that's out number 2. Just 5 pitches and 2 outs from Nathanson to start this second inning. Now batting the right fielder, number 41, Aaliyah Prince, goes for a bunt and fouls it off. Oh and 1 the count. Shows bunt again and again, fouls it off, strike 2. Prince hoping to just put it in play and try and speed her way up first base, but now at 2 strikes, That one curves to the outside, ball 1. See, that's the thing. If you foul off a bunt with 2 strikes, you're out. So Prince probably going to swing away from here. And swings and misses. A 1-2-3 inning from Nathanson to bounce back after a rough first. And now Newton South with a chance to take the lead in the bottom half of the inning, still tied at 3. It'll be the Lions' 7, 8, 9 hitters Boulay, Bluestein, and Sasaki due up. Leading off for Newton South here in the bottom of the second, the catcher, number 11, Kaylee Boulay. First pitch, a little behind on her swing and sends it up the first baseline foul. That one high, and Boulay does not chase, ball 1. And this time drops one slowly up the third base side, picked up, thrown to first, beats the runner to the bag for out number 1. Lally handling the ball on that one for the first out. Now batting the designated player, number 22, Maggie Bluestein. First pitch gonna miss, way outside, ball 1. We saw Nathanson have a bounce back inning in the top half, facing the lower part of the batting order. Rodriguez hoping she can have a similar bounce back here after giving up the lead in the bottom of the first. Bluestein whiffs at that one, strike 1. And chases the rise ball, strike 2. But does not chase the low one, ball 2. Rodriguez trying to mix up her locations, attacking high, and then trying to attack low, but Bluestein didn't bite. That one just a bit outside as Bluestein has battled her way to a full count. And the payoff pitch hits the zone for strike 3. Two down, base is still empty as up comes the left fielder, number 6, Mana Sasaki. Shows bunt, and that's going to be strike one. It's like deja vu all over again, seeing the number 9 hitter showing bunt with 2 outs and the base is empty. Now swings, pops one up in foul territory, out of reach for Lally. That'll simply be strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count. That one low for ball 1. One and 2 the count to Sasaki. 2 down, bases empty. That one catches the outside corner for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Both pitchers bounce back against the bottom of the order, and at the end of 2, we're tied. Newton South 3, Framingham 3. Well, both teams effectively resetting here. Top of the order due up with a tie score. Effectively, they've pressed the reset button on the game. Last time the top of the Framingham order came up back in the top of the first, the Lions had a little bit of trouble with some defensive mistakes that put runners on to be driven in on the home run by Tylani Rodriguez for the first score of the game. We'll see if Nathanson and the fielders behind her can handle things a little better this time around. Leading off, the catcher, number 21, Cora Krajovsky. First pitch outside, ball 1. And then the rise ball misses high, ball 2. That one gonna miss as well, ball 3. Early hitters count to Krajovsky, who reached on an E3 her first time up. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Might have gotten a piece of it, hard to say. Bit of a juggling act from Boulay behind the plate, but she did snag it. If that had been strike 3, that would have been a huge catch. This one sky deep out to left center, and that's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. Another big swing from Framingham goes over the fence, but this time it one hops over. So just 2 bases this time. Now batting the shortstop, number 16, Gigi Salvati. First pitch, pops it foul. Cabrera giving chase and makes the catch. And the runner's tagging up, going for third. And oh, what a throw from Cabrera to Spector. Double play. The presence of mind of Riley Cabrera over at first to not only aggressively attack that ball in foul territory, but realized that the runner was going to be aggressive and try to go for third on the pop-up. And really just a perfect throw over to Spector, who made the nice tag. 2 down now, and it's a 2-0 count to the third baseman, number 36, Sophia Lally. Lally reached on an E7 her last time up. Hits a chopper foul up the third base side. And boy, you think about how tough a time Newton South had in the field in the first inning. To have a bounce back play like that, turn two on a heads-up play like that, that's big. Tipped to the backstop, strike two. Two and two, the count to Lally. 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the third. We're tied up at 3. Fouls it off again and stays alive. Nathanson had a little bit of trouble with foul balls in the first inning as the Framingham batters were giving her fight after fight. That one catches the high inside corner. Nicely placed by Sophie Nathanson, as that is her 5th K of the day through 3 innings. So that was Nathanson's 30th pitching strikeout of the week. Top of the lineup coming up for Newton South now in the bottom half of the inning. Andrade, Cool, and Spector. Last time the top of the order came up, Newton South put together a thrilling 2-out rally, started by a 2-out double from Zoe Spector, and then brought to fruition by a 2-run triple from Yasmin Salim, who then scored herself on a wild pitch to tie the game. Leading off here in the bottom of the third, the shortstop, number 4, Maddie Andrade. First pitch does catch the outside corner. Bit of a delayed call there, strike 1. Andrade grounded out to short her last time up back in the first. That curveball going to miss to the outside. Ball 1. Drops that one in front of her, and it curves foul for strike 2. Actually, I think what happened is that went off her bat straight down, and then as it bounced back up, it hit off her bat while she was in the middle of her follow-through. Very weird contact there. Andrade skies one deep out to left, going back towards the wall. Goodbye! Maddie Andrade, one swing of the bat, and Newton South is on top. I said at the top of this broadcast to look out for some potential home run balls with how windy it is today. We've already seen a dinger from each team so far today, as the "She's a Freshman" chant breaking out in the Newton South dugout in celebration of the go-ahead dinger from Maddie Andrade. A 4-3 lead now for Newton South, as up comes the right fielder, number 2, Lila Cool. First pitch low for ball 1. Cool grounded out to short her last time up. And now lines a shot into center. That'll drop in for a base hit. The Newton South offense off to a great start here in the bottom of the third. Now batting the third baseman, number 67, Zoe Spector. Spector got a double her last time up and then came in to score. Newton South's first run of the game. That pitch catches the low corner for strike 1. The throw down to first from Krajovsky almost went wild, but it was snagged by Murga as Cool dove back to the bag. Spector lines a shot off the glove of the shortstop. A hard screaming line drive for what I would score as a single for Spector. 2 on now for the pitcher, number 28, Sophie Nathanson. And fouls off the first pitch, strike 1. Nathanson drew a walk her last time up. Her courtesy runner, Kinneret Rosen, came in to score on Salim's triple. And that one fouled off, strike 2. Nathanson has seen her teammates' bats give her back the lead. She's seen her fielders make some plays behind her. Now she's trying to make some noise with her bat here with 2 on and nobody out. That one did catch the zone for strike 3. Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Yasmin Salim. That one catches the low corner for strike 1. Salim, last time up, had a 2-run triple and then came in to score on a wild pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's a low ball. Runners going, sliding in, safe. At third is Lila Cool as Spector moves up to second on the play. 2 in scoring position now for Salim with a 1-1 count. Fouls that one to the backstop, strike 2. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Newton South leads by 1 as we got a bit of a headwind. The wind changing direction here. Salim hits a grounder over to short, fielded clean, thrown to first, and it's dropped. Salim reaches on the error as Cool comes in to score. Well, it's still a third RBI for Yasmin Salim, as the run would have scored even if she was put out at first. But she also gets to go to first base and not be out. Bunchon pulls back, strike, and Salim steals second as the throw sails into center field. I think Spector must have also come in to score on the E6. I missed that part, but it is actually a 6-3 lead for Newton South, as this one skied high and to right by Cabrera, curves to the right, foul ball. Cabrera was skying a bunch of foul balls to right her last time up. Ended up flying out to center to end the first inning her last time up. 1 out, runner at second here. Newton South up 3. And again, sliced to that right field side as Cabrera continues to fight here, down 0-2 in the count. And this one skied deep out to right center, but again, a little too much lift on it as it's caught by the center fielder. Salim gonna tag and head down to third on the play. Two down here with a runner at third, as up comes the catcher, number 11, Kaylee Boulay. First pitch in the zone, strike one. Boulay grounded out to third her last time up. Hits a grounder up the middle, fielded at second, thrown to first, and that will end the inning. But Newton South, in the bottom of the third, they drop 3 more runs on the board, catalyzed by the solo shot to left from Maddie Andrade. Our score at the end of 3, Newton South 6, Framingham 3. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Rodriguez, Barrett, and Murga due up. Leading off for Framingham in the top of the fourth, the pitcher, number 19, Tylani Rodriguez. First pitch from Nathanson, high for ball 1. Rodriguez had the 3-run home run to straightaway center back in the first inning. Hits a chopper over to short, skips past Andrade and into left field. That one, borderline hit or error. I could see either being called there. But for now, the important thing is a runner is on first for the Flyers. And they're going to send out a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And it's going to be number 4, Callie Dalton. Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Savannah Barrett. Barrett back in the first inning, grounded out to short. That first one gonna miss for ball 1. Wi-Fi cutting out a tiny bit here in Newton. Hopefully that's not the start of any kind of pattern. So far it hasn't been a lot. That one does catch the low corner. Strike 2. And that one also catches the low corner as it crosses the plate. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Nathanson today, as up comes the first baseman, number 30, Talia Murga. This one sliced out of play for strike 1. Murga, her last time up, struck out to end the first inning. Now up with 1 out and a runner at first. This one popped up. Moore tracking it and catches it for out number 2. Now batting the left fielder, number 23, Maddie Wheeler. Swing and a miss. Looked like it might have been a slight off-speed pitch there from Nathanson. Wheeler went down on strikes her last time up. Lines one up the middle. That'll drop in for a hit. Framingham still fighting here in the 4th. 2 on now with 2 out. As up comes the second baseman, number 2, Alex Rosen. And Rosen lifts the first pitch into shallow center. Salim comes in for it, and that will end the inning. Brief scare with a couple of hits for the Flyers, but ultimately Nathanson and the Lions defense taking care of business. Due up for Newton South will be the 8-9-1 hitters, Bluestein, Sasaki, and Andrade. We've got a new pitcher for Framingham here, taking over in the circle, number 34, MJ Francis. She takes over for Rodriguez, who pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs. I think all but one of them were earned. And I think you could even argue all 6 of them were earned. But irregardless, leading off for Newton South, the designated player, number 22, Maggie Bluestein, hits a slow roller to third, picked up by Lally, throw to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning as we see Rodriguez has now taken a spot at first base. 1 down in the inning as up comes the left fielder, number 6, Mana Sasaki. Sasaki, last time up, struck out to end the second inning as she swings and misses at strike 1 there. Fooled on the off speed there, strike 2. Sasaki behind in the count, 0-2. But that one misses high and away, ball 1. Sasaki makes contact right at Lally, long throw to first. And it's back-to-back 5-3 groundouts here in the bottom of the 4th. Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Maddie Andrade. Andrade 1 for 2 so far today. She grounded out to short and then hit a solo home run over the left field fence. Chasing the drop change there, strike 1. The wind has changed direction since her last at bat. So a home run might not be as viable, but we'll see as she takes ball 1 there. Wind might be shifting again, we'll see. Andrade lines a shot into right center. That'll drop in for a single. So a runner at first, 2 down. Up comes the right fielder, number 2, Lila Cool. Showing bunt, pulling back, high ball 1. A throw down to second, and they caught Andrade in time, and that will end the inning. We are through 4 here in Newton. Our score, Newton South 6, Framingham 3. So Cool will lead things off for Framingham in the 5th inning, since she didn't get to finish her plate appearance there. It'll be Prince, Krajovsky, and Salvati due up. We've got a new batter at the dish for Framingham, number 40, batting in place of Prince, Slicing off the first pitch for strike one. This is Chloe Nestor. And slices another one foul, strike two. That one misses low and away, ball one. Swing and a miss there. Another K for Sophie Nathanson. One out in the inning as we cycle back to the top of the order with the catcher, number 21, Cora Krajovsky. First pitch high, ball one. Krajovsky, so far today, she has reached on an E3. This one fouled as she jammed her inside for strike one as, whoa. Wi-Fi having some issues here. I don't know what's going on. That one in the zone for strike two. Okay, looks like, oh, it looked like it had recovered for a sec, but now it's, rough times Wi-Fi-wise out here, but hopefully the commentary's still coming through clean, as that's going to be strike three. Dropped, Boulay picks it up, throw to first. Two complete. Strikeout number 8 for Sophie Nathanson. Okay, looks like connection's back working again. We've had some brief glitches, but nothing major in terms of the internet connection. First pitch high for ball one, 2 out, bases empty. At the plate, the shortstop, number 16, Gigi Salvati. Swing and a miss there, strike one. Nathanson really seems to be hitting a groove here. Salvati, so far today, she has struck out and popped out into a double play as she takes strike two there. Lifts this one into left field. That'll be a clean 2-out single. Salvati with her first hit of the day. And now up comes the third baseman, number 36, Sophia Lally. First pitch high, ball one. Lally, so far today, she has reached on an E7 and struck out. Hard liner past third into left. Back-to-back singles for Framingham. Seemed like Nathanson was going to dominate her way through this inning, but now back-to-back hits, and it's 2 on for the first baseman, number 19, Tylani Rodriguez. That one hits the zone for strike one. An intense matchup here. Rodriguez has homered once already today. Could she tie the game with another shot here? As she gets jammed, pops it up, out of play, strike two. Rodriguez also reached on a hard hit bouncer past the shortstop her last time up. So she's made good contact with the ball each of her first 2 times at the plate. 0-2, 2 down, runners at first and second. 3-run ball game here in the top of the 5th. Changeup does not hit the zone, comes in just high. Didn't put the drop on that changeup there. That one to the outside, ball 2. Rodriguez not biting as Nathanson painting around the zone. This one sliced into right field. Cool, a sliding attempt. Could not come up with it. 1 run comes in, and that'll be at just 1 run off of a double from Tylani Rodriguez, who continues to hit the ball well today. Boy, if Cool had been able to come down with that catch, that would have been one of the best plays of the game. Easily the best, one of the best defensive plays of the game in what's been a highlight-filled contest already. But now a very tight spot here. Tying run at second. 2 down. Savannah Barrett at the plate takes low, ball 1. Barrett, so far today, has grounded out and struck out as she takes an outside ball 2. And fouls off the fastball there, strike 2. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Newton South leads by 2. Catches the inside corner for strike 3. Nathanson escapes the jam and limits the 2-out rally to just 1 run for Framingham and picks up her 9th strikeout of the day. We move to the bottom of the 5th. The score, Newton South 6, Framingham 4. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters, Cool, Spector, and Nathanson. Leading off for Newton South, the right fielder, number 2, Lila Cool. First pitch gonna miss, ball 1. MJ Francis back in the circle for her 2nd inning of relief work. Cool lifts one into left center, and what a chase down out in center field by Chloe Nestor. That one looked like it was going to drop in a soft spot in a left center, but Nestor putting on the Jets to track down that one. 1 out, now up the third baseman, number 67, Zoe Spector. That pitch missing outside, ball 1. Spector's had herself a nice day at the plate so far. She had that big double in the first inning as she lets that one drop low for ball 2. And then she also had a single in the third inning. She has scored 2 runs for the Lions so far today. And she lifts one out to left center. Nestor tracking it again and hauls it in for out number 2. Chloe Nestor displaying her glove out in center here in the bottom of the 5th. Now batting the pitcher, number 28, Sophie Nathanson. Swung high for ball 1. Nathanson yet to put a ball in play on offense so far today. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Fouls that one off, strike 1. That one, catch in the corner as it crossed the plate, strike 2. And hits one right up the middle. A 2-out single for Sophie Nathanson. So runner at first, and we'll see Rosen once again taking Nathanson's spot at first as the courtesy runner. So Nathanson can save her leg power for when she's pitching. Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Yasmin Salim. First pitch catches the inside corner, strike 1. Salim 1 for 2 so far today. She's had a 2-run triple, scored on a wild pitch, and then reached on an E6. A throw back to first, and Rosen gets back safe. Ball 1. High one there, and Salim does not bite. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. 2 down. Runner at first. Newton South hoping to add to what is currently a 2-run lead. That one hits the zone. Another throw back to first. That one sails into right, but Rosen, after diving back to the bag, can't get back up fast enough to get to second base. 2-2 the count to Yasmin Salim. That one gonna miss. Ball 3. A battle here with a full count. Salim fouls off that one, and they'll have to redo the payoff pitch. Count still full, 2 down, runner at first. Newton South leading Framingham 6-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. And she chases that one low, golfs it up in the air, and could not be caught by Krajovsky, as Salim staying alive by the skin of her teeth on that one. Could have had the free pass down to first, but she bit on the drop ball and just barely stays alive as Krajovsky couldn't come down with it. Fooled on that one, and that will end the inning. Salim again caught chasing the drop ball, and she goes down on strikes. At the end of 5, Framingham inches 1 run closer to Newton South. Our score, the Newton South Lions 6, the Framingham Flyers 4. It'll be Murga, Wheeler, and Rosen due up. Nathanson back in the circle for her 6th inning of work. She's fooled a number of Framingham batters today with 9 strikeouts through her first 5 innings of work, but has also allowed 4 runs, even if only one of those 4 was earned. And batting in place of Talia Murga will be the pitcher, number 34, MJ Francis. This makes sense as when Francis took Rodriguez's spot at pitcher, Rodriguez moved over to first. That one gonna miss, ball 1. This one a bouncer going foul up the third base line for strike 2. One and 2, the count to Francis here. And that one fouled off. And that one completely fooled her with the off-speed pitch. That is strikeout number 10 for Sophie Nathanson. Now batting, the left fielder, number 23, Maddie Wheeler. That one gonna miss for ball 1. Remember, Nathanson had 25 strikeouts in the circle through the first 4 days of this week. I couldn't tell if that one was called a strike. It didn't look like one. This one jammed over to second, picked up by Moore, throw to first, and that's out number 2. Nathanson off to a good start this inning, but remember, was off to a good start in the top of the 5th before allowing 3 consecutive hits that put a run on the board for the Flyers. Now batting, the second baseman, number 2, Alex Rosen, as that one is in the zone, strike 1. That one missing to the outside, ball 1. Rosen, her last time up, flew out to center. And this time slices one foul up the right field side. Oh no, it's fair! Drops fair, and Rosen gets the 2-out double. That one looked for sure like it was going to drop in foul territory, but then just an inch left of the line. And now up the center fielder, number 40, Chloe Nestor. Tying run is at the plate for Framingham here, as this one is lifted into shallow center, but easily within range for Yasmin Salim, as Newton South gets out of the inning unscathed. The Lions now just 3 outs away from completing the week-long sweep. But first, they would certainly like to add to their lead in the bottom of the 6th. Cabrera, Boulay, and Bluestein due up. Leading off for Newton South, here in the bottom of the 6th, the first baseman, number 8, Riley Cabrera. Cabrera just had 2 flyouts to center so far today. She's been hitting some towering high shots. They just haven't gone far enough. MJ Francis back in the circle for her 3rd inning of work. She took over for Tailani Rodriguez in the 4th inning. And so far, Francis has pitched 2 shutout innings of relief to help keep Framingham in this game as they're trying to come back on Newton South. Both teams scored 3 back in the 1st inning, and it looks like we might be due for a score fest, especially when Newton South put 3 more on the board in the 3rd inning, catalyzed by that home run to left by Maddie Andrade. But since then, things have gone quiet. 1 run from Framingham in the top of the 5th, and that's been it. First pitch from Francis hits the zone for strike 1 to Cabrera. And she fouls that one off. Strike 2. That one missed into the outside. Cabrera does not bite on the breaking ball there. Ball 1. And lifts one into left. That's going to drop in fair. Cabrera with her first hit of the day as she's got a leadoff single. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Kaylee Boulay. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Boulay so far today, she has grounded out to 3rd and grounded out to 2nd. And she chases that one low for a strike, but the runner goes, and sliding in safe is Cabrera. Not sure if Boulay just got fooled on the off-speed ball there, but or if she was just trying to swing to help out the stealing runner. That one catches the corner, and Boulay strikes out looking. One out, runner at 2nd. Now up the designated player, number 22, Maggie Bluestein. Slice that foul, and Krajovsky under it for the catch for out number 2. Krajovsky wasn't able to come down with one of those last inning, but comes down with it here. 2 down now as up comes the left fielder, number 6, Mana Sasaki. Shows bunt, pulls back, and that's going to be ball 1. Shows bunt again, and it's caught out of the air by Francis to end the inning. Through 6, our score. The Newton South Lions 6. The Framingham Flyers 4. As we now get ready for the 7th and final inning of this contest. Due up will be the top of the order for Framingham. Krajovsky, Salvati, and Lally. Sophie Nathanson back in the circle, trying to finish a complete game win. She's got 10 strikeouts to her name so far in this one. 4 runs allowed, only 1 of them earned. All right, here we go. Starting off here in the top of the 7th, the catcher, number 21, Cora Krajovsky. First pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. Nathanson in command to start this one. But Krajovsky does not bite on the changeup there. Ball 1. Krajovsky so far today, she's reached on an E3 and scored. She is doubled and struck out. And she strikes out again there. That is 11 Ks for Sophie Nathanson. Now batting, the shortstop, number 16, Gigi Salvati. First pitch, pop up, and Natalie Moore is under it at second for out number 2. Newton South 1 out away from their 5th straight win and a complete sweep of the week. At the plate, the third baseman, number 36, Sophia Lally, comes out ahead of that pitch and catches air, strike 1. This one popped up. It bounces, and she's going to reach, and the throw gets away. And she's going to advance to second on the throwing error. We're not done yet, folks. That one possibly an infield single. I think I would score it an infield single, but then goes to second on the E3. Tying run is at the plate, and it's Tylani Rodriguez, and the first pitch is lifted out to right. Cool coming in for it. Oh, it drops in. We're still not done, and it's a 1-run ball game. We got ourselves a nail biter now, folks. The tying run is at first base. It is 6-5 Newton South. Savannah Barrett whiffs at the first pitch. She sees strike one. And lines a shot into center field. It skips past Salim. Rodriguez off to the races. Oh, it went under the fence. That's a dead ball. And so the run will not come in to score, as they are limited to moving 2 bases on the ground rule double. It does not get any tighter than this. A 1-run ball game. The tying run at third. The go-ahead run at second. And it'll be pitcher against pitcher as up comes MJ Francis. And that one skips off. The face mask runner is coming in. Rodriguez ties the ball game. And a timeout call to check on Boulay as she took that one to the face. Looks a little shaken up. And it looks like we're going to see a substitution behind the plate for Newton South. Oh, man, you don't want to see this. That's so tough. Pitch skipped in and skipped off the face mask of Kaylee Boulay, who looks shaken up on the play. And so Zoe Spector will take Boulay's spot behind the plate. And it looks like Kinneret Rosen will take Spector's spot at the hot corner. The run by Tylani Rodriguez on the wild pitch will count and tie this ball game at 6. Boy, Newton South was so close to finishing this ball game at multiple points this inning. The infield single from Lally. The pop fly to right from Rodriguez that just dropped in front of the outfielder for another single. And then the ground rule double from Barrett. And now a wild pitch has tied the ball game. 1-0 the count to Francis. Go-ahead run at third. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And it looks like Rosen was looking for some sunglasses to wear over at third, as we got a significant amount of sun coming in from behind the plate. Francis steps back in with a chance to give Framingham the lead. That's going to be a high ball, too. 2-0, the count to Francis. 2 outs, runner at third. Fouled off, strike one. Newton South will still have their turn to bat in the bottom half of the inning. Swing and a miss there. Good movement on that pitch for strike 2. Oh, did she go around? Yes. Yes, she did. And that is strike 3. Strikeout number 12 for Sophie Nathanson. But Framingham has tied the game at 6. And we move to the bottom of the 7th. Oh no, they're saying the tag was not made by Spector. Newton South arguing that that Spector tagged her. Framingham arguing that she didn't. And it is an out call. Framingham's players staying out on the bases until they're going to be told to leave. And so that will, in fact, end the inning after a brief bit of confusion about whether or not Francis had the ability to advance on the dropped third strike. And now Framingham will need to score to win this one. If they do not score this inning, we are going to extra innings. The Framingham bus has pulled up here behind us, but we're not ready for this one to end just yet. Bottom of the 7th coming up. It'll be the top of the order. Andrade, Cool, and Spector hoping to give Newton South the win. Remember, folks, all that Newton South needs to do is score 1 run, and the game automatically ends on a walk-off. Leading off, the shortstop, number 4, Maddie Andrade. First pitch is fouled up the third base line for strike 1. Andrade, 2 for 3 so far today. She has grounded out to short, homered to left, and hit a single, but was caught stealing after she singled. Lines a shot into center. That's going to skip past the second inner fielder. This will be extra bases for Maddie Andrade. She's going to hold at second with a leadoff double, and the winning run for the Lions is now in scoring position. What a big day for Maddie Andrade. Just a triple short of the cycle. As now up comes the right fielder, number 2, Lila Cool. Shows bunt. Whiffed on it. Fouled it off. Strike 1. Newton South trying to move the potential winning run to third base. Cool now swinging, but she fouls it to the backstop again. Strike 2. Cool, her last time up, flew out to center. Before that, got a single and scored a run. And before that, grounded out to short. That pitch gonna miss for ball 1. So Cool, 1 for 3 at the plate so far today. 1-2 the count. No outs. Winning run at second. And she fouls it off again and stays alive. That ball was fouled out of play, and they needed to get a fresh ball. 1-2, the count to Cool. Foul, tips it again, was a little behind that one. Bit of a delayed swing, but she keeps herself alive here at 1-2. Cool lifts it, but it's going to curve foul. Just a little out in front of that one. Makes contact, a grounder to second, picked up, thrown to first. That will be the first out, but she does her job and moves Andrade to third. Newton South just one base away from victory, as up comes the third baseman, number 67, Zoe Spector. A ball to the outfield is all she needs. A base hit, a sac fly, whatever she can get to get Andrade home. That one misses to the outside, ball one. Spector provided Newton South their first spark of offense all the way back in the first inning with a 2-out double. Can she provide the last spark here? Went around on that one, strike one. One out, 1-1 the count to Spector. Andrade, the winning run at third. Lifts it to the outfield. That's your ball game. Zoe Spector calls it, and we're done. Lions win. Maddie Andrade in to score. And how sweep it is for the Newton South Lions. 5 days, 5 games, and 5 wins, with the last one coming in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 7th. Zoe Spector, the walk-off single to left center. Maddie Andrade scoring the game-winning run. Framingham didn't make it easy. And, you know, for a one-win team to bring that kind of fight, you got to give them a world of credit. But it is the Newton South Lions who come out on top for their 5th straight win, all of them in this 5-game in 5-day week. The Lions now improved to 8-6 on the season and are just 2 wins away from an automatic playoff berth. What a finish. Plenty of thrills all around in this one. A walk-off win, one home run from each team, a comeback to tie it in the top half of the 7th, just for the winning run to score in the bottom half. 12 strikeouts on in the circle from Sophie Nathanson, as she does pick up the win ultimately after almost giving it up in the top half. Well, that's going to do it for this broadcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream has ended, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video, where you can find some links related to me that you can also see in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, my email, and my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be posting some highlights from this game, probably a couple later tonight, and then full game highlights probably sometime tomorrow. They'll be posted here on this channel, as well as on Instagram and Facebook, so be sure to be on the lookout for those. Final score, Newton South 7, Framingham 6. Zoe Spector, the final hero, with a walk-off hit from Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.